want to play with a little more freedom and room in the game tonight, where 3 balls probably going to fly. Two teams that have just trying to claw and scratch their way for some wins here late in the ACC.
We do like threes in the opening tap, controlled by the visitors. As Clemson has it, and here comes Dejanette Harris, the Pittsburgh transfer. She'll set up the offense. Robinson a touch.
Against the Deeks in their man-to-man. 10 to shoot. High ball screen for Harris. Had the shot, didn't take it. Outside to Robinson from downtown, and it's all net.
Love the ball movement for Clemson. First possession of the game, you got an inside touch. Which what Coach Butler was trying to talk about today was attacking the paint in certain ways. Offensive rebound or inside-out action. And they did just that.
Williams coming off the career-high 31 in the starting lineup again. Done a great job for Coach Gebbia. Tigers up 3-0. They'll drop back in their zone defense. They'll switch a good bit tonight as we go through. Poked away and a turnover, and the steal captured by Whitehorn. Starting 5 for the Tigers. They've dealt with injuries this year. Outside to Elmore from downtown. And MaKayla Elmore on the season, shooting 28% from distance. That shot looked pretty smooth.
What a great start so far for the Tigers. And you mentioned injuries. One woman who's not here tonight, Mackenzie Kramer. She's missed the last 5 games. I just felt like she needed more rest and recovery back home as Wake gets on the board.
Scruggs with a mid-range. She averages 7 points per game, and it's 6-2. How much of a grind did it get to be for you? The back end of conference play, the second time you've seen a team. You know the conference tournament's coming up quickly. I mean, things can get a little chippy this time of year.
No doubt. You know that everybody knows you. They know your tendencies, some plays. So it's really a matter of dialing in the details. But hey, they all showed up to play tonight. They said, oh, you know what kind of plays we're going to run. We'll knock shots down anyways. Your legs hurt. I mean, and you don't want to look ahead, right? Like, you don't want to put yourself in the postseason because you still have these major games to get yourself ramped up there.
So after the 3 by Williams, she comes up with a steal. We've yet to have a missed field goal in this game. A couple of turnovers, and there's another one. 6-5 Clemson. Tigers have lost 5 straight coming into this game tonight. Won a Little John Coliseum, 73-59 on January 28th. Robinson baseline, Elmore. And now Harris with 5 to shoot. Nasty crossover inside. And a foul called, a late whistle. That's going to be 2 shots for Dejanette Harris.
As the shot clock's running down, number 1, Dejanette Harris is a player who can really put that ball on the floor. She can pound through the defense here, create that quick crossover. Just able to keep it there, and then you see the foul. The reach through. You know, she's almost off balance if you're Wake Forest. You got into foul trouble last time these two teams showed up, right? That was one of the issues. When players like that, if their chest is way out over their knees, their heads down, give her room to make that shot.
Foul was called on Scruggs. She'll get a breather on the Wake Forest bench. The first free throw good for Harris. Dejanette Harris, her 4-year career at Pittsburgh was solid. She's been even better this year for the Tigers. 8-5 Clemson.
You and I had a chance to talk with Clemson Tigers strength coach Jenna Reddy, and he asked her, okay, who's the strongest on the team pound for pound? And she said, oh, Dejanette Harris, like without a doubt. After lunch, they hit the weight room, even before game day. That was definitely part of your routine.
I mean, it was not on the JV squad back in the day. It's amazing to me that players can do that. Connolly off the mark. It's the first miss for either side. Well, how do you lift on game day and still maintain like the accuracy that you need? Back-to-back misses. That time it was Robinson. Did you lift on game day? Did you lift before game day?
No, I lifted as little as possible. I wasn't a big fan of it. Once you started to embrace it, though, you see the results. But no, I think players today use a lot of that kind of core dynamic, kind of firing up your muscles from the inside out. So you wake everything up. So by the time you get here, for you and I, that would be a full workout. We're done. For players, that's just their warm-ups. And Dejanette Harris just really embraces that part of her game.
Maddie Ott gets seated on the bench for a moment. Coles that lost it out of bounds. Last touch by Clemson inside. couple of Deeks take a tumble. That was Harrison that fell down hard.
Glad to see them both get up.
4 minutes in. Danielle Roush on the floor for the first time, the Michigan transfer. Robinson inside, a little bully ball down low.
I love the way that she was just calling for that basketball. Like, that's how you do it. She got great position early, locked it up, and then was just pointing. Get it to the wing, get it to the corner. Demanding that basketball.
Robinson with 5. She averages 17. The lead at 5.
It's only so active. So you see Wake trying to find their spot. Short corner, that's one of them.
Leah Cole's off the mark. The baseline J. I do want to hear your keys to beating the matchup zone at some point in time, because there are many different ways to do it, but I think even as a play-by-play person, I will tell you, just don't get stagnant. And that really, when the zone is at its best.
Big part of it. I mean, you want to add screens, movement, and exploit the pockets. I hated playing against the zone. I could not score against the zone.
Harris too strong. Out of bounds, it'll stay on this end with 4.5 to shoot. That shot never grazed the rim.
See Robinson pointing. I mean, that's great leadership right there. She knows she's got the advantage and the strength inside. So she's like, hey, give me the basketball.
Tigers got to go. Robinson knows it. A spin. Left-handed shot. No. Elmore, no. Deeks without a basket in the last 3+ minutes. That streak continues. Halfway home in our first quarter. Whitehorn left open. And the shot turns out of bounds. It'll be Wake Forest basketball when we come back. A good start for head coach Amanda Butler and the visitors from Clemson. 5-point lead. Today led by Virginia Tech and NC State.
Having seen Virginia Tech recently at home against Virginia, I just feel like they have got a lot of steam and are really set to make another run at that Final Four. Of course, NC State been doing a terrific job all season long. And Notre Dame, as Citron is back in the lineup now and really getting comfortable in her spot, they're going to make a potential deep run as well. Don't bury the lead. Hannah Hidalgo, one of the top players in America, not just one of the top freshmen. And the foul called offensively on Kyla Harrison. That's her first. Trying to create some space. And Wake's gonna, they play, the matchup zone is a matchup for a reason. Like, it feels a little bit like man-to-man. And Clemson doing a good job of packing that paint in, forcing Wake Forest to try to make a shot from the outside. You know, for as quickly as they started this game, no points in the last 4+ minutes now. Clemson jumped out to its 6-0 lead. Wake responded with 5 unanswered. And since then, Clemson on another 5-0 run. Maddie Ott trying to make it 8-0. Couldn't do it. Deeks have missed their last 5 field goal attempts. If I were to ask you right now, which team in the league has the best chance advancing to the Final Four, would you go with Virginia Tech? I would, simply because of experience, the way that Georgia Amore has that offense buttoned up. I feel like she's a great conductor in the orchestra. When you're all in line, boy, it looks nice. Elmore has been so efficient this year. She can score. She drops dimes. The combination with her and Kitley, it automatically gives Tech, I think, a chance to win a title. Now, we spend a lot of time in basketball talking about the vertical leap. You measure the vertical leap. Vertical leap, oh, it's a big deal. You can dunk, you can touch the backboard. Georgia Amore has the best lateral leap of anybody. The step back, I mean, she's so strong, so bouncy. The real estate she can cover laterally puts her at an advantage, especially as, you know, somebody 5'6", 5'7". You see the space she gets that she can shoot it. Very strong. I was talking with Jeff Walls about that last week, and he said she's so sneaky, so athletic and quick with that step. It's kind of hard to spot sometimes exactly what she's doing. It's athleticism defined. Now, if you can fool Jeff Walls, you are doing something. That's a defensive wizard right there. I don't want to say that she fooled him, but... Well, what was the word you used? Sneaky? Sneaky. Okay. Sneaky is sort of foolish. I would agree. But either way, Amore, very talented player. Coach, you know what I mean if you're watching. Hope you're doing well. We know you're doing well. His team getting ready for another run. Hopefully a deep run. He's got 40 wins all time as the head coach at Louisville in the NCAA tournament.
8 minutes in. Clemson lead is 5 off the bounce. Alyssa Andrews off the back iron. The league so far proven to be as deep as any conference in America, if not the deepest. And the question will be, what does it look like by the time we get to that second weekend NCAA tournament? Harris, a little stop and pop. Bulls cleared the rebound. Here comes Wake in transition, trying to find some offense. And it's Harrison that came up short and well defended inside by Elmore.
Good take by Harrison. I like the way she's attacking the rim. Be able to try to finish those plays, keep her head up longer, but those are some of the growth moments in this program. They'll take into the next season and next level, but just for the fact that you think about you're in college, you're 18 to 22 years old, and you go through basically the entire month of January, some of December without a win. Like, you still have to show up and work hard every single day. So that's where a lot of the credit for me and the respect really comes into play.
Coming up Saturday right here on ACC and the ESPN app, we'll have a lacrosse doubleheader. It starts early, 11 a.m. Eastern. It's North Carolina. It's Notre Dame on the women's side in a top 7 showdown. The Johns Hopkins and Virginia in a top 8 showdown on the men's side at 1 Eastern. It's right here Saturday on ACC Network, also on the app. My man Paul Carcaterra is going to be involved somewhere in some of those matchups.
Oh, yeah.
We look forward to that. It's the face of lacrosse, in my opinion, the collegiate level. Good look inside. The Deeks trying to find the basket, and they will with Reagan Connolly in their first points in over 7 minutes.
And they came from the inside, so big sigh of relief there. Now they're trying to step up their defense and really try to keep the ball from going inside of the post. That's where Clemson's had their success.
Horn to Freeman, and she was bumped by Scruggs, and that'll be her second. The free throws coming for Amari Freeman, the transfer from Miami of Ohio. That was a fun postseason conversation for a minute. I enjoyed that. I haven't done that a lot just yet, but we're almost to March. In fact, tomorrow is March 1st, so it's here.
Finally. Ready to rock. You got the Charlie Cream machine fired up, ready to go.
It's very popular right now. Understandably so. One more for Freeman. She shoots 60% at the line this season. 34 in purple. Deeks coming off back-to-back wins, both on the road at Pitt and Georgia Tech. Talking to Coach Gebbia today, she actually has a little bit of a cold. You were very kind. You gave her a Hall's tablet so that, the throat would feel a little bit better. She appreciated that.
Well, when you're in a conversation, about to be in a conversation with us, you're probably going to need a good couple of minutes to get through it.
Shot clock is off. Deeks have it. Bucket will make it a one-possession game. Pass was tipped. The three there for Jordan, and down it goes. Well, we didn't see her in Atlanta. We see her on the floor in the first quarter here. And instant offense for Madison Jordan as Whitehorn is off the mark from distance in a 1-point game at 10 minutes in. Fun start in the 8th.
Other players got to do it. It hasn't been the Elise Williams show tonight.
31 at Georgia Tech. Trailing by 1 to start the second quarter. And the 3 off by Connolly. Tigers have it. Here comes Whitehorn.
Such a big guard, 5'11" with that length. And each one that comes into play with the rebounding. All-American. Clemson.
First one in the history of the Tigers program. Jeanette Harris fires the mid-range.
Stopped on a dime. Then you can hear the shoes from here, couldn't you?
And I know you're a fan of that kind of playmaking, the mid-range jumper. But truthfully, in basketball, men's side, you talk about a lot of threes and dunks. And the women's side, it's a lot of, can you get close to the rim? Can you get it up there and shoot the three like we see from Diebel? But it becomes a mathematics equation at times. And, do you want to lean on the metrics and analytics?
Well, I think it depends on your system of play, right? I mean, a lot of coaches, if you play a fast style of basketball, you're probably going to shoot threes, or if you're 4 out, 1 in. But to me, I think you can get any shot you want and just take advantage of the good look. If it's there and you have to make a play, then you make a little crossover and pull up. Good passing inside and out for Diebel, who is their 3-point shooter, averages just 6 points a game. Could have a big impact tonight to help stretch that zone, Roy. She could be a zone killer.
Now you look at what she did in Steel City. Last 3 contests shooting over 70% from behind the 3-point arc. Beautiful passing. Elise Andrews, the benefactor.
So when you have Diebel in the game, now she can stretch that zone. You can open things up. Little backdoor passing. You ask me the offense against the zone. Great substitution by Coach Gebbia to put Diebel in.
10-3 run by the Deeks. They have their first lead here at home, and it's by 2. I was waiting for the answer, by the way, on how do you attack the zone, and you got me there. Appreciate it.
It takes me a quarter to seek things out and answer it. I can't get you all the answers right away.
3-second violation. Hey, you're preaching to the choir on that one. There's no judging at all right here. Amanda Butler, she would love to see her team try to steal a road win tonight. Got one more game, Florida State coming up this weekend, and then it's Greensboro. It's time for the ACC tournament. Hard to believe it's already here, but that's where we are at this point in the season. Inside Harrison, bottled up.
It was Elmore playing defense and a blocking foul called on the Tigers.
That possession, Wake Forest did not panic, right? Starting to get double team or just didn't have a shot. Great job by, I think it was Harrison, who had the ball inside against the bigs and found another teammate just cutting. I mean, that's constant too. You have to move without the basketball.
Foul. It's going to go against the Tigers as that bounce pass. Trying to get inside. It was Elmore's first. Clemson coming off an awesome senior night at Littleton Coliseum against Miami. Hurricanes right now in the field, according to Charlie Creed. You saw that on that graphic a few moments ago. Robinson the steal. She was fouled from behind. That'll go against Andrews. Hurricanes have some firepower. We saw that last year. Curious to see what they look like to get back to the dance this season. Tigers just one made field goal in the last 8 minutes. They're trying to find something to be cooking here in the second quarter.
Yeah, we saw a lot of touches early on from Amari Robinson. She hasn't gotten many lately, so see her just perfect position right there in the middle of the paint. Gotta get her that ball. Here we go.
On cue, she's operating in traffic, a low block.
Luke sending Madison Jordan over to double team. And she'll get through it here. One.
Chance for 3. Amari Robinson split the defense. And 5 in purple set to look for 3 the hard way.
The second on Andrews and about the last 60 seconds.
If you're Wake, you want to go over on the throw, not necessarily on the catch. Right, so just one step too late, and as soon as Robinson got that, she reacted. She went right for the rim.
21 in that victory against the Deeks at the end of January. And to re-give Clemson the advantage. She could not do it. A rebound claimed by Harris. Like a bolt of lightning, she just got inside and grabbed it.
It's little moments like that where when you hit the weight room, you're going to outmuscle somebody to get a rebound. Right? So those are the little things that really matter big in this game. Tie ball game, second quarter. You don't know if that's going to make a difference. It could. This could lead to a score that down the way makes a bigger difference.
Yeah, I think both of us believe this is a game that probably comes down to the fourth quarter, last couple of minutes. And a little play like that could mean world of difference late.
It is close late, I'll tell you. I told you so.
As I know you will. I see you got it written.
Three-pointer with a time bounce by Elmore.
Now, you and I were shooting at that same rim today, and it seemed like the ball was bouncing off a lot more. So that ball just softened up once it got up there. What a friendly non-home bounce for the away team.
It's a shooter's gym tonight.
Sure is. We'll take it.
That's the softest rim I've seen since junior varsity.
Yeah, that was not the same experience we had today.
Whitehorn just picked up her first. That's the third team foul here in the second quarter. Brooke Weisbro, Joy Philpott. Glad you could join us tonight here in Winston-Salem. Beautiful day today and now this evening. Elise Williams has it top of the key. And an offensive foul was called. We also just had a flop warning on Katie Diebel as well.
Debo almost faking that foul there. So making sure that she's aware of.
It's a better way to frame it.
Yeah, it's why you're working with me. Make sure we get it. But faking the foul has become a big deal, and a point of emphasis to make sure that just the game stays true. So, job by the officials to be aware of it.
Faking the foul sounds like
faking the funk on a nasty dunk.
Well, that was Shaq that said that at some point in time, I believe. But faking the foul sounds like a future #1 hit for somebody.
Flaude, maybe.
Indeed. That's a 3 from the corner, and Roush off the mark. Rebound claimed by Robinson in a fresh 20. It was Shaq, right? Did I get that correct? No?
Fake the funk on a nasty dunk.
I thought that was him.
It sounds like something he'd say.
Shaq Fu, like early 90s?
I think so. Ruby Whitehorn for this team, too. You mentioned it. First McDonald's All-American, signing in team history. And Amanda Butler has been excited about her improvement, that she's becoming more mature in a competitive sense, right? If you miss those first couple shots in the game, you got to let it go. You got to believe that next one's coming in. You got to contribute on defense or make an assist. That's that next level for Ruby.
Shot clock down to 8. Robinson with possession, operating against Coles inside. No. Coles the rebound.
I'm not sure it's the game where Robinson has to fade away for any shot. I think she can get to the rim anytime.
And the rejection by Whitehorn. There was a lot happening in that sequence on both sides, and Clemson comes away with possession.
Just talking about her length, her athleticism, the ability to get up there and get a board. How about that?
I thought it was going to be a spectacular time for a moment. 22 in purple said not tonight.
Valentine on the floor for the first time. Nia working against tough man-to-man pressure from Harrison. Approaching the midway point of our second quarter. Robinson nearly triple teamed. She lost the handle and stolen away by Coles. Jordan looking for her second three. Robinson a strong rebound on the other side.
Robinson's making sure nobody else gets their hands on that ball. No tie-ups. I think too many players are going to have success ripping the ball away either from Amari Robinson.
Too strong for Whitehorn. Williams the rebound. And Elise. And the early bucket has been held in check so far. Harrison misses the three. Elise Williams with just 3 points coming off the 31 in Atlanta. The win that was for Wake Forest against the Jackets. No Fortner's team was on the bubble as recently as a week ago. Trying to regain their rhythm somehow. Robinson position and the layup.
How about the pass from the up top? From up top, Valentine found a great angle. Now, usually you don't ever want to make a post-entry pass, especially from the top of the key. Had enough sauce on it and spin to get it there.
And sauce, catalyst for a 7-0 run. Clemson back in front, a 5-point advantage as we step aside in Winston.
Winston-Salem, she's the 3rd leading scorer in Clemson women's basketball history. For a reason, Amari Robinson off to a great start compared to her teammates. 9 points of Clemson's total 20. She's been extremely efficient.
And extremely active, so that is warranted. She should get this many field goal attempts and then some, because I just love the way that she's moving and just pointing. At, most guards don't exactly love to pass the ball inside all the time. Debo keeps the defense honest.
It's a long 2. She's got 5. We mentioned streaky shooting these last 3 ball games. Makes it a 1-possession contest. Tigers back to work. Approaching 3.5 to play. That's a 3, and Roush connects from downtown. She started her career at Michigan. 21st game this season with the Tigers. Started a couple of times. Ties the largest lead of the night so far for Clemson.
Wake Forest is sharing the basketball. Clemson in the zone, always one of their teams to beat you from the outside. And Wake Forest is like, we'll give it our best go.
drop back in their zone. Baseline, it's Yang. She's been starter these last couple of weeks for Amanda Butler. Roush left open again. Table the rebound, tapped it to herself. Blocking foul on Danielle Roush. That's going to be her first. 14th foul against the Tigers in a 3-point game. Do you remember, like in terms of March, when you were playing, Big South Hall of Famer, did coaches start to change a little bit deeper you got into the regular season and closer to the start of postseason?
Well, I think there's a focus on the little things, right, without trying to overwhelm. And so coaches may seem, you know, like they're more focused, which usually means quieter or louder, depending on kind of what the team is. But that's exactly what Amanda Butler talked to us today about, was we have to gain inches through execution. So if we're talking about attacking the paint or punishing the paint, it doesn't mean just passing it in there once. It means getting in there for offensive rebounds, making higher percentage shots, being able to score in the paint after moving the ball around 2 and 3 times. So yeah, it is tough for, you know, for players and coaches. Like, we know what's ahead in that postseason. It's one and done. That first loss, you are done for the season. So you're trying to both concentrate on the rest of the season and get ready for that next level.
Champ Week looming. Here's our last regular season Tuesday men's basketball doubleheader here on ACC Network. Notre Dame, the Dean Dome against Carolina, and then Georgia Tech at Wake here in Winston. All headed your way next Tuesday, 7 and 9 Eastern, respectively. And of course, also available on the ESPN app. Williams slices that Clemson advantage to 23-22. RJ Davis in North Carolina, I think they got a great chance. And I mean a great chance to get to Phoenix. Good job Hubert Davis has done. Connolly off the mark.
And Baycott looks like he's just in the best shape of his career.
He's had a long career in Chapel Hill, by the way.
Very long. 2 ball fakes.
Ball's missed the chippy. It's rebounded by Whitehorn.
Some awful close misses for this home Wake Forest club here tonight. Even when they switch rims. Let's see.
I'm not going to disagree with that. We'll see. Deeks back in there, 2-3. It's a matchup zone. Created a problem for Harris. Nearly turned it over. Shot clock at 5. Off the screen. Dejanette Harris. Outside the Valentine, and she drains the triple.
A couple times now we've seen Harris. Ball in her hands. Shot clock running down late. She was able to get the foul this time for a big shot here. Here's Harris. Here comes that cross. Whoop! With the screen. Another cross for you. And then a kick out. Good series there for Dejanette Harris. And a good finish from Valentine. Let's not discount the shot.
Here's Diebel left open. That's another 3. Tigers have it. Valentine on the move. She'll slow it down for a minute. Speaking of a minute, 60 seconds remaining. Tigers lead by 4. Big night. ACC basketball headed your way, including after this game. Got the Nothing But Net crew hanging out, ready to talk about all of it. It's headed your way. Just a couple of moments. Valentine's got to put one up, and she does. Just grazed the rim. Yang the rebound, back to Valentine. That's a 3.
That's a killer. What a momentum killer. Clemson and Valentine taking the hearts out here. Wake Forest.
Into February, no less.
Oh, how about that?
Largest lead for the Tigers at 7. A 6-0 burst with a 2-second differential between the clocks. It's low-hanging fruit that only I'm going to be able to grab, unfortunately. Diebel's got to go. Skip pass to Williams. That would have been huge. And at the top of the key, Harrison's off the mark. 7-point lead.
Great finish by Clemson. I mean, a hot start offensive professional lip reader by any means. But I think Amanda Butler just gave Robinson a high five. Said, "You doing all right? All right, go win this one for us."
Go win it for us. I'm sure Megan Jebby also had similar words for Elise Williams. Tigers having to open up the third quarter. Matioc passes up a 3. Whitehorn baseline, the skip pass. And Harris is off the mark. Deacs will get their first touch, trailing by 7. Katie Diebel came off the bench with 5 quick points for Wake Forest in that second quarter. Deacs held the lead for a brief moment in the second period. Trying to win their 3rd straight game after winning 2 in a row on the road. The block by Elmore out of bounds. Harrison trying to sneak up. Elmore said no. Here's Williams. Bounce pass to Harrison. Whitehorn the rebound. Both teams started red hot from the floor. Combined to make their first 4 field goal attempts. And a cold front pushed through Joel Coliseum and kind of shifted that. It worked weather in somehow, some way.
I knew it was coming. I think you're definitely going to be a meteorologist one of these days.
When I grow up?
Yep.
Thank you. That'll be never.
So both teams, you know, when you have that time in the locker room after the start that they had, this is the time when you got to raise it up, right? You got to dial into that intensity. It's going to start with defense. That's a good take. Maybe it starts with offense. Never mind for Wake Forest.
Left-handed finish. Williams with 7. Lead down to 5.
But do you see how she just made the play? There was no extraness to it. She just was right there, a couple steps to the basket.
Bounce pass. I'm not sure Harrison clipped that. They'll say that she did. They'll stay with the Tigers. Smooth.
Yeah, the look off. Caught Harris just looking away. So Williams able to take that explosive step.
We weren't even close to it.
Tigers got a break there. Clemson maintains possession, 15 to shoot. Harris off the high ball screen, a physical screen at that. Whitehorn's got to go, 4 on the shot clock. And Ott's 3-pointer was blocked. Shot clock violation.
Now Whitehorn had the right idea, but then when she kind of turned around, it stopped the momentum of that play. And I thought Robinson was really trying to look for that ball early on. They didn't get it to her late.
Deacs back to work, important possession. A bucket makes it a 1-possession game. Williams picked up by Whitehorn. Probing that left side and fouled on the way up, and that was Deshaunette Harris that got it. Free throws coming for Elise Williams. It already feels like 21 and White's been a little bit more aggressive to start this second half.
Yeah, she has. I think she's looking for her shot more, and she's done a good job of just not overdoing it. As you see the game that she had Sunday at Georgia Tech, missed just 5 shots on the day for her career high.
Also has 102 assists coming into this game. That leads the Deacs. 52 steals, paces the Deacons. Vocal leader for head coach Megan Jebbia. Elise Williams has done it all this season and playing her very best basketball late in the year. Started all but 3 games, 2 for 2 at the stripe, 29-26. Whitehorn 1 on 2 with the bounce.
See the real estate that she gets. Each step kind of carries that ball through, and then not just the vertical leap, but again, her glide. So they'll get up there and, you know, Clemson for those quick transition scores. That'll help them out.
Too strong for Williams. Whitehorn clears. You can see the athleticism. She's got a different gear with that stride that most players don't possess.
Yeah. I mean, definitely prime ACC athlete.
Feels like a new acronym you could start, ACCA. Free throws coming for Amari Robinson.
Wake Forest did their best to scout that play. Robinson was sealed off from the outside, so they found a way in a very small window to get her the ball. I mean, she is so strong, able to hold off 2, 3 defenders sometimes.
Third foul on Scruggs. Robinson coming off a 20-point outing. Senior night loss to Miami. For double figures here in our third quarter, she's stuck on 9 points currently. say, look at the standings, you look at these two programs, you say, okay, what does this game mean in the grand scheme? Well, Deacs have won 2 straight. They're getting off to a slow start this year, especially in league play. Tigers have lost 5 straight after getting off to a better than expected start in some regards. And mentioned the ACC tournament on the horizon. Scruggs comes up short.
I mean, and that's your upside. You know you're not going to make the NCAA tournament, so your job is to ruin everybody else's party. It's like, well, if we can't go, then one of y'all can't go either.
I know you ruined some parties back in the day on the hardwood.
Sure tried to.
Right?
Yes.
You went to Coastal. You tried to mess up Liberty's postseason plans.
Liberty didn't party, so you didn't have to worry about messing up their party.
Okay.
Touche.
Scruggs inside, almost a chance for 3. Instead, Alex going to shoot a pair with those 3 fouls. I see what you did there. Now coming up Saturday afternoon, the first baseball game of the season right here on the ACC Network as Miami playing the second of the 3-game set against number 4 Florida. Our coverage begins at 3 Eastern. Alex Rodriguez Park down in beautiful Coral Gables, Florida. It's also available on the ESPN app. Miami, new head coach this season, trying to get a little deeper in the NCAA tournament. Second foul on Whitehorn. Tigers get it back in a 4-point lead.
Okay, first of all, I love college baseball's about to start.
Same.
Secondly, did you see the soft landing on the rim there? I'm telling you, there might be something to it.
It is the softest rim in the ACC this season.
On that side.
On the right side of your screen right now at the top. If you don't believe us, just watch. On cue, there's Reagan Conley. 34-30, and all of a sudden this game has picked up a nice offensive rhythm.
Yeah, it got a lot more aggressive here in these last few minutes.
All right, Robinson now with 12. Here's Harris, the elbow J. Poked out of bounds, it'll stay on this end. 12 to shoot. Robinson, the 3rd leading all-time scorer in Clemson basketball history. She'll get it. Great position and a chance for 3.
Good seal. Nothing you can do about that. And you see the way that the Tigers are coming together like that is real chemistry and momentum there off the good hustle play from Robinson. Look how deep she catches this ball.
Valentine in. Harris goes to the bench. See a lot of contact there with that last whistle. Foul is on Harrison, her 2nd. Robinson will get a bounce on this end of the court. Tie the largest Clemson advantage. It was at 7 at halftime. Now it's 7. 4.5 minutes in. Robinson a breather. Well deserved.
And it comes at a good time too with the media timeout at the under 5, so she can get that extended rest. Good strategy to keep the best post player in the best shape toward the end of this game.
Tigers back in their zone. That's a corner 3 for Williams, and it drops in.
4-3 of the game.
Williams had 3 points at halftime. She has 9 in the 3rd quarter, 12 overall. The lead down to 4. Deacs force a turnover. Here comes Kaya Harrison. Tripped up by Valentine, and 2 free throws coming again for the Deacs.
I like that Wake Forest is kind of giving it to you from the inside, or excuse me, from the 3-point line, and then next play down. This young lady today, Kai Harrison, has been so good at attacking the paint, trying to make things happen. I mean, you don't just start hitting threes without some of these smaller hustle plays and the bang-bang plays creating some momentum.
Harrison, a multi-sport standout in high school in Baldwin, New York. Also played soccer. 2nd leading scorer for the Deacs this season. She started all but 2 games for number 2 in white. I think you would fall in the category of former basketball standouts in college. Would encourage the youth of the day to continue to play multiple sports growing up.
Oh, definitely, because there's other skill sets you can get. I mean, if you're a soccer player, you're going to have better footwork in basketball. If you're a softball player, you have good hand-eye coordination, timing. I just think the more specialized you get, your joints and your bones are going to start hurting. from that. And kids can overdo it. We've seen a lot of overuse injuries in these last 15, 20 years.
Lead back to 4. Halfway home in the third quarter. Pressure from Brown. She was screened away by Coles. Harrison attacking. Step back, no. Coles on the offensive glass, and the pass sails out of bounds.
Clemson with a 4-point lead here on the road. Whitehorn can make that magic with the ball move. The ball moving for a better shot is where it's at for Clemson.
For the WNBA draft, and of course you can catch the draft right here on the ESPN network. It's on ESPN Monday, April 15th. Don't worry about your taxes. Actually do get those done. But also,
an extension, you'll be all right.
Yeah, that'll be fine. The Indiana Fever just won the Caitlin Clark sweepstakes because she declared for the draft. They have the #1 pick. Get your popcorn ready because the greatest show in town is going to move over to Indiana. The WNBA just got a lot more exciting, in my opinion, with Caitlin Clark in the mix.
You know who's really got their work cut out for them? Season ticket sales over at Indiana Fever. I mean, those phones are lighting up. I hear Erica Wheeler from the Fever is already getting ticket requests. She's like, look, I can't help y'all, but they're going to be happy about a packed house. That squad about to be intense.
It's a great fan base either way. Here's Williams, and that's a 3, in and out. Rim didn't help her that time, although I thought it would. It's a great fan base either way. I think it's a great landing spot for her. Tip of the cap to Caitlin Clark for making that decision known before the start of the NCAA tournament and all of that. I don't know, it feels
settled. Now we can focus on postseason, and we know that she's not looking ahead to the WNBA. I mean, she is, but she's trying to win that natty for Iowa.
The Hawkeyes are going to be in the mix. We talked about Virginia Tech's chances out of the ACC. South Carolina remains undefeated out of the SEC. LSU are the defending champions from a season ago. And there will be other teams that challenge. G2 Watkins and USC out west.
Stanford's playing well. Ohio State, who hasn't been talked about a whole lot here in the national media, but now Ohio State could snatch that #1 seed and is likely to.
J.C. Sheldon and a host of others out of the Big Ten will try to factor in that conversation.
Cody's balling. Lots of and it's as good as South Carolina is, they did not expect to be this good, this deep, and couldn't there be anybody to challenge them though, right? I mean, they're so good, and I think it's not just the talent, but gosh, once the fourth quarter starts, you think we have no gas left, and South Carolina's thinking, well, we got 10, 12 players still we can throw in there.
Feels like Dawn Staley's second team could be a top 25 team.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
All those storylines, something to watch. In my opinion, Caitlin Clark making that announcement today on social media, declaring for the draft. It's going to make Iowa and the NCAA tournament more must-see TV to begin with, right?
Yes.
Because this is going to be the last run.
That's right. And do you think that Angel Reese will go or stay?
If you would have asked me 2 weeks ago, a month ago, I would say that she's gone. I don't know if I feel like that's the case right now, but I also didn't feel like Caitlin Clark was definitely going to the WNBA as of earlier this morning. So keep that in mind. But there's a good chance she could go. And if she makes that announcement, people are going to want to watch her in her last run, obviously. Elmore for 3, and it's all net.
What a big shot. Clemson, we've seen different scores tonight, a lot of them being Amari Robinson, but definitely entered the chat late, and a big, big shot by Elmore.
She's got 11. It's an 8-2 run now for the Tigers.
Tigers doing a good job staying active on the zone. Only bounce.
Williams going to shoot 2. Ruby Whitehorn just picked up her 3rd. 22 in purple. Curious to get your dark horse team out of the ACC. If I were to ask you that question, who could be the team maybe in Greensboro, maybe in the big dance itself? Williams gets one more. She has been explosive in this third quarter, 13 points overall.
Well, I mean, I think the defense at Duke is just so tenacious that a team like that who can defend the way that they do has a great shot to get anywhere.
Lead down to 5, under 2 to go in the third quarter. Elise Williams with 9 points now in the third. Outside to Robinson, the pump fake was beautiful. Elbow J. Whitehorn on the offensive glass, and the stick back.
Detroit representing down here in the South. What a big-time board for Ruby Whitehorn.
Lead back to 7. Here's Charlie Cream's current projections.
You mentioned Duke. Blue Devils listed as a 7 seed. Lassen and Florida State, you know that she can put up big numbers. Syracuse and DeAsia Fair would be one team.
Agreed.
That's a 3.
Louisville's a team that offensively, if they can get it together. Jeff Boston was talking the other day about, he wants his team to really go into back, like, hey, if the other team, if we're not shooting well, then the other team shouldn't shoot well either. You gotta have that mentality. And I think Louisville, always so dangerous, could be that other team. As Robinson, right place, right time, gets the offensive rebound.
17 points for number 5 in purple. 5 boards as well, the lead back to 6. DeAsia Fair is one of the top 5 scorers in the history of the sport. She's going to have something to say in Greensboro, also the NCAA tournament. Williams inside. She's got something to say tonight, and the flex after the fact.
But I got the weight room right here to wrap it up. What a move. Williams turning the corner, splitting the defense. Ooh. I was playing tip horse to herself there. Gotta let her.
Elise Williams going off, 16 points now. 22.3 seconds remaining. I submitted my top 25 women's basketball players to ESPN.com on Sunday. DeAsia Fair was in my top 22, 21, maybe top 20.
Yeah.
But I had her in this time. Did not have her in the original list at the start of the season. That was my mistake. Got her there now.
Yeah, she had a little something to say to you, I suppose, and to all of us.
Well, we saw her go off for 38, I think it was, against Boston College.
Yeah.
How about this hustle by Wake Forest? And that was Harrison that hit the deck. Tigers maintain possession. 5.7 to go in the third.
You can feel this game tightening up. Just 3 points here. I mean, this possession here is huge. 5 seconds left. It's plenty of time to get a score. Extend the lead if you're Clemson. Get a momentum stop if you're Wake. And Clemson will get the ball again once they start the fourth quarter, so they can possibly get 2 scores here.
Well, 2 for 1. Robinson makes him pay with a drive. The Amari Robinson show in full effect. 19.
Look back at your career and say, hey, I scored 1,000 points at the Division I level at one of the highest levels of basketball. Getting it done. And she's doing it from everywhere for this team. Scoring, rebounding, getting assists, steals, whatever you need.
Brooke Westbrook, Roy Philpott, 5-point lead for the Tigers on the road at Wake Forest. Geeks have won 2 straight, both of those coming away from Joel Coliseum. Clemson's lost 5 in a row. He's got a change here tonight. As Williams off the bounce against Whitehorn. How about the bounce pass? Threaded the needle that time. And Coles connects.
Barely got it off in time, but no pressure, no panic.
Harris on the other end responds.
She's so good in the open floor, right? She's just got one player to beat. It's so hard to stay in front of her. Quick and low and explosive with her moves.
Clemson remains without the services of Mackenzie Kramer. I'm hoping that maybe she'll be back in time for the last game of the regular season at Florida State. Wake Forest back to work. Shot clock at 7. Pulls to Williams. Here's where she can create. The runner. Ripped away by Coles. Back to Williams. That's a 3. Coles again.
Now we heard about Malaya Coles today from Coach Gebbia telling us how valuable her offensive rebounds have been. And it comes through with 2 Maybe the biggest of the season right there, back to back.
12 boards tonight for Coles. 2 on that possession. Here's Robinson, the pump fake and a clear pass.
Looking like a PG out there. Amari, quick pump fake. Got around the defense. Nice left-hand finish.
21 points, 4 rebounds for 5 in purple. Debo got caught under the rim. No foul called. Here comes Harris the other way. Skip pass corralled by Whitehorn. Robinson thought she had position. Stolen by Coles. And Amari Robinson just picked up her second.
How big has Malaya Coles been here? Both on the offensive end this time, working. Getting in front of Amari Robinson, which is not easy because Amari does not stop moving those feet and hands. She stays low, wide, and does a good job of sealing Cowles, but better work by her to deflect it and then eventually get the foul.
52-47. Deeks will send it inside out. Coach Gebbia's got to like that offensive set. Conley couldn't connect on the 3. Here's Harris. Pushed it up and in. Harris to the free throw line, looking for 3 the hard way. And Deschanette with a strong finish.
Well, she continues to take charge of this game. Her and Amari Robinson, the sense of urgency, but you know, Deebo's going to back down, and Deschanette Harris knows that it's a great opportunity for her to take her to the rim. Deebo trying to explain, I'm just there, just trying to play some defense.
9 points, 3 boards, 5 assists tonight, Deschanette Harris. That was a fun exchange right there. Lead up to 8, the largest of the night. Scruggs on Roush, inside, and a strong finish with the left hand.
Wake Forest did not stop moving offensively in that possession. Everybody, even without the basketball, just going to watch it from here. The way Debo was able to keep the defense occupied on the backside, perhaps open things up inside for Scruggs.
Scruggs with 6 points and a board. Roush looking for Robinson, can't find her. And Butler called out a different play. Here's Harris. 5 to shoot. Harris double team. Harris lost the handle. How about the effort of Williams on the floor? She'll race back down to set up things on offense. Operating in traffic. 2 free throws coming for 21 in white. The effort on that play by Elise Williams on display.
Bodies all over the floor. I think Ruby Whitehorn was slow to come back down. I think she got hit in the face. Here's Harris. Good hands, good deflection and help side. There's Williams on the floor. That's where she and Whitehorn collided.
Tigers with 12 turnovers. Williams to shoot 2. Elise, an outstanding free throw shooter. Now 7 of 8 at the stripe tonight. I'll tell you how many free throw streaks I've ended in the last couple of years. For a multitude of players, but it's too long to list linear broadcast.
Yeah. Just hold it in.
Stop streaks 37 in a row, just off the top of my head this year.
The
It's going to
streak
set a school record.
Gosh.
Remember where it was? At Missouri's where it was.
You walk in the gym and free throw shooters look at you and they just shake their head.
And that was on the salt rim too, by the way.
Yeah.
Whitehorn feeds Robinson outside of Roush. That's a 3. Williams the rebound and a strong box out. And a steal on the other end. Valentine came away with it. An awkward bounce pass, and Williams wanted that last sequence back.
Yeah, Roush was able to get some action and her hands in there and just cause some disruption. That led to the deflection.
Deeks wrap up their regular season at NC State. 2 Eastern this Sunday. Inside the pass, somehow found Robinson, and she was bumped.
Oh, goodness, the amount of movement. Amari Robinson, she started at the top of the key, sprinted down to the block, bouncing inside bodies, and ended up getting the foul drawn.
The first on Williams. Don't forget, coming up tonight, 10 Eastern, after our women's basketball doubleheader. Nothing But Net crew will break down the day in the ACC. Highlights and analysis of every single game. Let's look ahead to the best matchups coming up later this week and weekend. That's coverage you can only find in one place, right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Shout out Kelly Gramlich and the entire cast, including Coach McGraw. Always entertaining listen this time of year. They're grinding too, right? Broadcasters get out there, they watch the film, they scout, they write down their notes, they prepare their boards. So they're doing that back in the studio.
Oh, yeah, and it's just about to get ramped up, baby. Come on, we're talking about 4 games a day type of day. Woo. Let's do it. Those are the hand cramping kind of days. You're just sitting there writing. Don't you love it, just be in the gym all day in March? Come on.
It was open. Williams, Deba wants it again. Williams lost the handle. Valentine the steal. Dangerous pass to Whitehorn.
Oh.
No problem for 22 in purple.
Elevation. Deuce getting up there. She said, throw it up again. I'll go get it. I believe the term is mossed. Is that what just happened?
She got mossed.
She got mossed.
I think that's valid. Well played on your part. Williams, well played on her part. Now with 20. To Valentine, 10 on the shot clock, under 5 to play, and that's an offensive foul on Elmore. Lowered the shoulder, that's her 3rd, and you mentioned it, poetry in motion.
We love to see it. Starting with defense if you're Clemson, out the fast break. Find me, Valentine. We'd love to see it.
Basketball is presented by Ally. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally. Tigers and Amanda Butler certainly in position. Secure a road win, 59-52. Deeks the hang-around team, 4:12 to go. Joel Coliseum, the place to be tonight here in Winston-Salem. With Weisboro, Roy Philpott. Wake Forest needs some buckets and a couple of stops here. This thing will really start to get interesting. Williams the player to do it. Elbow jumper, silky smooth, now with 22.
Yeah, I mean, she's got to take them the rest of the way there, but one thing that she's doing at times is just trying to get a little too deep again, so she's just going to hope to get bailed out. Clemson's defense has done a good job of just getting there, getting deflections. Love the way she's defending right now, though.
And a timeout called by Amanda Butler. Roush was in trouble. The lead at 5, 3:41 to go in Winston-Salem.
Tommy John is for men who value themselves.
The women's basketball tournament started today. This is what it would look like, and a couple of points of interest here. 3, 4, 5, and 6. State, Notre Dame, Louisville, and Florida State, all with identical league marks. So there's a lot that can be decided between now and the end of the day Sunday.
Yep.
And Brooke, you were telling me during the break, the 10 seed Virginia, you like what the Cavs look like at this point in the season. They could be a sleeper.
I do. I think they're a team that has progressively gotten better throughout the season. Kamora Johnson, a terrific point guard. And just the way that they play physical, they play defense. Elmore getting her big shots from downtown in. What a critical time to get one in. Clemson.
She's got 14 tonight. She averages 4 on the season. A huge offensive outburst. The lead back to 8. Debo left open. That shot's too strong. Whitehorn clears, and Clemson in position. Jump ball, keep it with the Tigers. I think the one thing I noticed when looking at that graphic, what Greensboro will look like is, I mean, really from 1 through about 10, you've got a lot of teams that can do significant damage. And Rouse turned it over and then committed the foul. Let's see if they want to take another look at that and kind of look like there was a lot of contact. Deeks will get it back. 3:06 remaining.
Well, they got to maximize their possessions here. I'd say Deeble's a good choice for a shot, but this is a great possession. That's one way to get it done.
25 for Elise Williams.
You have to respect Deeble's shot, so of course she's able to get the attention and then turn right around and get the assist from it. It's a big time pass.
She scored or assisted on 12 of Wake's 14 points in this fourth period. So the lead at 5 and a lot of time left. Foul inside on Scruggs is her 4th. Let's see if she stays in the game. Megan Gebbia will keep her on the floor for the time being. I believe they wanted to look at the clock. So it's taken a career high 14 points by MaKayla Elmore tonight to put Clemson in position. And they'll reset this clock. So you'll see on your screen at 2:38. Dotting I's and crossing T's tonight in Winston-Salem.
Yeah, I feel like we got a good crew on hand tonight. There
I
have been
agree.
really quick calls, good decisive calls.
That's the first time I've heard you
That's not true.
compliment a veteran officiating crew like this one all season long. It's-
All season.
That's the
true.
first time.
I mean, if I disagree, of course, but I'll say, but I do. Yeah, I think tonight's been very well officiated.
I thought Robinson may have gotten away with a travel and Elmore again. Oh, and she puts the palms in the air. I don't know if she can believe it. 17 on the board tonight for number 3 in purple.
Amanda Butler's draw seemed like it dropped as well. In astonishment and excitement. Elmore, okay, light it up from deep.
Look inside the Coles. Game's not over yet. 65-59.
This is the most critical possession of the evening tonight for Wake Forest defense.
With 2 to go. And here's a steal by Williams against Rouse the other way. Wheeling and dealing and a chance for 3. Elise Williams with 27 points. And 1 free throw here makes it a 1-possession game.
When she got that ball here, stole it right in front of our broadcast table. Those eyes, determined, right? Looking up, it's like, I got this. Let me do a quick move over the other side. Rouse gets her with a foul. Finish by Williams. She seems very determined to get her squad back in this game.
Determined, efficient, and piling on the points. 31 in Atlanta in their last game. The win at Georgia Tech. 28 so far tonight against Clemson. 65-62. 149 remaining. We're back in 30 seconds.
SoFi is up
To the Elise Williams show and her production trending in the right direction. The most important time of this game tonight. You add up all those numbers and it equates to 28 for number 21. Clemson has the ball. Deeks looking for another stop. It's been a wildly entertaining fourth quarter. Felt as if a couple times Clemson was going to pull away. It has not happened.
Yeah, Wake stepping up that pride, coming off those 2 wins on the road. Certainly helps you be more motivated to want to close this one out at home. Robinson's still trying to work position. I'm going to say all night long, Cowles has done a good job on her defensively.
Harris to Robinson. Whitehorn, Sky for the rebound. Deeks don't need to play the foul game just yet. With Harrison aggressively slapping. Clock down to 6. Out of bounds, it'll stay on this end.
Gotta be careful too if you're Harrison. Don't get too excited. You want to pick up a technical from clapping in the opponent's face right now.
Big moment in this one. 5 to shoot. Harris has it. Gotta go. Desperation heave. Here come the Deeks with a chance to tie it. Forest has ratcheted up its defense these last 2 minutes to get back in it.
Certainly don't need a three, but if you get the good ball moving, the pass to the corner, deep, it was open in the corner for three.
Scruggs forced it up and in. How did that go?
What a shot by Scruggs.
1 point game in Winston-Salem. Nearly a steal. Robinson somehow corrals it. Deeks back in the midst of a 7-0 run. And just a 2-second differential between the clocks. And at this point, of course, they'll have to play the foul game. Boy, it felt like the ball changed hands and possession maybe 2 or 3 times there deep in the backcourt. Check out Scruggs.
Ball fake. Oh my goodness. How did that ball go in? She shot that ball just straight up in the air. Somehow found a little air, maybe a draft, a breeze in here. Well, we said those rims were friendly.
Deeks, 14 fouls now in the quarter, so free throws coming for Clemson with the next infraction. I'm going to take a look at the shot clock to see exactly where it should be. You mentioned the close calls we talked about a little bit in the first half. If you're a fan of the Tigers, look away, but 1 possession loss to Mississippi State, to Syracuse, at Miami in OT. 1 point setback to Georgia Tech as well. Boy, that is painful. 8 losses by 6 points or fewer. They've been there. They've come up short.
Yeah, and these are the moments in those growth parts of the game where you look back to those moments or you don't. You know, you're not going to talk about that in the huddle right now. But subconsciously you're thinking, okay, in this game we were 1 offensive rebound away from the win. If I'd have boxed out my player, we could have got that win. So now it's just about, hey, let's just make sure we execute, do all the little things here. You're just trying to do your job and keep it simple. 1 message or 2 in this timeout, but that's it.
Lead is 1. 24 seconds remaining. Shot clock at 20 as it stands now. You see both teams with 3 timeouts to go. You gotta imagine Wake will look for an early steal if they come up empty. It's the 4-second differential, not a situation where you likely want to play it out, even when you can advance the ball late. Let's see what happens.
That's a bonus of having some timeouts in your favor, is that if you do call that timeout, you can get the ball much closer on that advance. You have to waste time dribbling.
Tigers 8 of 11 at the free throw line. Robinson nearly was stripped and instead was fouled.
And took a tumble in the meantime. Amari Robinson 4 of 6 at the strike. 82% on the season. That's Scruggs. That's going to be her 5th. And it is. And her night comes to a close. Nice round of applause by the Wake Forest fans here. Qualified with those 8 points. A strong effort, including a big-time bucket moments ago to put us this 1 point game.
Yeah, great. I think the post players from Wake Forest today did put out a very valiant effort. Scruggs did her thing, and Malaya Coles. And she was a great job on defense as well. But Robinson, and this Clemson squad, Coach said, we lost enough close games here. We're going to go get this one on the road, try to close it out for just a 1 point win with the first missed free throw. Coach Butler holding her breath.
Robinson 4 of 7 now at the stripe, and again 82% this year. 1 of 2 that time. Lead at 2. Shot clock will be off. Deeks will utilize one of their 3 remaining timeouts. And so now let the chess match begin. And do you look for the 3? Do you look to tie with the 2? And when do you get that shot off, ideally?
Yeah, I think you look for the best shot, whether it's a 3 or a 2. And for me, I'm trying to take that shot about 6 seconds, 5 seconds, so that if it misses, then I can go get the offensive rebound. And doesn't then on the other side give the defense a whole lot of time to get the ball and go back down and score. So what you're trying to do is certainly extend this game or close it out. But if Debo's open for a 3, that's where I'm going with the ball. I can tell you that right now.
She has, even in her misses tonight, looked like the shots were going in. She had a deep 3 in that first half. 1 more and a long 2 to give her 8 points tonight. Katie Keeble averaging at 6 this season, but the shot has been there. So let's see what head coach Megan Gebbia draws out. 82nd meeting between these two ACC rivals. They're just trying to find a way to get a little bit better towards the end of this regular season.
My guess is what you're going to see, Roy, is Wake Forest try to create maybe off a high ball screen. Give the ball to Elise Williams at the top of the key. You got your bigs in there, Coles, and you also have Conley in there. Conley may set that high ball screen, and then see Debo on the bottom of the block here. And she goes to the corner.
Williams will look her direction. Valentine right in front of 12 in white. And we're down to 10 seconds. Deeks trailing by 2. Here comes Williams. Outside, and wait a second. The 3 does not count. An offensive foul was called. Whitehorn drew the charge. And what a big moment that was in this one.
This is what you hope for. Whitehorn, clutch. Clutch charge with a corner 3 that would have given Wake Forest the lead, potentially this win. That's competitive maturity. That's exactly what Amanda Butler was talking about.
We still have 6.1 seconds to go, but in theory, I don't know that I've seen a game won in a moment like that, trailing by 2. It would have been the go-ahead 3, decided by an offensive foul with Whitehorn getting the job done for the Tigers, like you indicated. That was special. Well, for two programs that admittedly have struggled this season, nothing has come easy. They're going to double check what the timing should be after the offensive foul. Whitehorn clearly had position. Williams bumped right into her. The 3 by Connolly is negated as a result.
The game clock will be reset to 6.9.
And currently 6.1 remain. Now they will change it to 6.9. All right, so if you're Wake, strategy very simple. Looking for the quick steal. If not, you got to foul right away.
No doubt.
And hope that Clemson misses at least 1 of 2. Wow. Now, Ruby Whitehorn, sophomore, highest rated recruit in Clemson history. Clemson's first ever McDonald's All-American. We've talked about her length, her athleticism, that secondary gear that has left Deeks in the dust at times tonight. She hasn't contributed as much as you would expect in the points category. 6 overall, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and most importantly, absorbing that charge moments ago from Wake's leading scorer, Elise Williams.
That's going to be her favorite play of the whole season. Well, maybe the most. That was also pretty awesome.
It was. Deeks looking for the quick foul. And Valentine gets it. Nia Valentine is 67% free throw shooter. So for Wake, not a bad player to foul. Let's see. Nia gets set to go to the line. He's yet to attempt a free throw this evening. Coles checks in. Andrews goes out.
Wake's got to be ready to box out here, because if this is a miss, you're usually down and back in about 12 seconds. So with just 5, you got to scoop.
Of course, with 2 timeouts remaining, the all-important first free throw is clutch. Still a 1-possession game. 1 more free throw makes it a 4-point affair, and that changes everything. How about trying to freeze the free throw shooter? They'll wipe the floor right there underneath Williams. Pause that extra moment. Valentine made them both. Absolutely clutch. The junior from Mobile, Alabama.
To finish this game off, if you're Clemson, with a charge and hitting 2 clutch free throws, you look back at all those close losses and you're taking a big step tonight. Yes, it's against a Wake Forest team that's not had a great record here in the ACC, but a road win always means more.
68-64. Drama just beginning here on ACC Network. Tigers trying to stop a 5-game losing streak, on the verge of doing so. And Elise Williams, I tell you what, another incredible performance back-to-back. Great coach Megan Gebbia, the 31 at Georgia Tech, 28 tonight. Wake needs an early bucket and a quick foul.
And Clemson going to switch everything defensively.
Connolly. Harris clears and Clemson finds a way. 68-64 the final. Amari Robinson with 24 points and 5 rebounds to lead the charge for the Tigers on